Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to 2026. This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Welcome to 2026, Year of the Fire Horse. Transition, let go of the past, shift, and step into your power. No more talking to people who are negative. No more looking in the past. No more thinking about what people have said. No more talking to people of what they've done to you. We're done with those people. We're moving forward. Award-winning, professionally trained, author of 5 books, life coach, energy healer, specializing in emotional healing and communication between men and women. Former state champion boxer, national champion in kickboxing, champion in wrestling, football, and martial arts. Let's go. Alright, first of all, guys, go to my website, MikeKollin.com or crackedfemalecode.com and buy my book, Cracked Female Code, to get started. It is a 500-page book. This is with my former coach, Jacob Stitz Duran. This is a tweet he sent to me a few years back. Notice the word Mike Kollin and the word champion. If you don't know who he is, look him up, Jacob Stitz Duran. He is the #1 cut man in the world. The guy is extremely famous. He's been in the corner of some of the top boxers, kickboxers, and MMA fighters, including in the UFC. Okay, here's how we're going to start the year off. Anyone or anything who does not make you feel like Captain Awesome has to go. Okay? Amen. Praise Jesus. God is awesome. It was kind of a funny thing I made up, but I actually believe in God. I believe in Jesus 100%. Okay, so let's go back to what that just said, and then we'll get into this video. So here's the deal. If you make this one shift, your life's going to change. Don't let anyone bring you down. If people don't make you feel good about you, about yourself, if you don't walk... Now this is a key point that a lot of people miss, because some people do sneaky shit, and you walk away feeling, I don't know, kind of down, like shame or guilt, or... you feel tired. In other words, you feel bad about yourself. If you walk away from someone you feel bad about yourself, don't deal with that person. They're doing sneaky shit. There's a lot of energy going into the Year of the Fire Horse. I might actually upload the video I uploaded about Year of the Fire Horse. Because here's what it is. There's some breathing techniques that I teach you in the course. I can teach it to you one-on-one if you want through the phone. Just let me know. It'll help you to release the brakes in life. And this is really one of the core pillars. There's a breathing technique. There's internal awareness techniques that I will teach you how to do. In fact, I'm going to make up a package deal of 5 or maybe 10 sessions, maybe 7 sessions, because there's a couple key components that if you can learn how to do these things and practice them enough to where you can get good at doing them, your life is going to be better. It's like taking off the brakes and now you're going. There's no hesitation. There's no herky-jerkiness. This is what I've been teaching men in dating and relationship coaching for over 30 years now. So you know how a lot of people will say, oh, I'm stuck in life, or I can't make a decision, I'm hesitant. What these techniques do is they get you to let off the brake and put on the gas pedal. So now you're flowing and you're what we called empowered. Now that sounds like, oh, that's a cool word. When I grew up, I thought, oh, you're empowered. But when I actually understood what it meant to step into your power, also you're like, oh, you've become a powerful person. You can feel it. So there's different aspects to being empowered. Number one is techniques such as physical things you can do to be what we call being emotionally grounded. Breathing techniques that help you to open up and relax and let go and go with the flow. Then there are actual techniques on, well, how do you do this? And that's the second part of this video. Okay, here we go. So here's what this video is going to be about. Women, okay, let me give you a very brief structure of the right brain. So the left brain is very direct and to the point. It's what we call the surface level brain. It's really good at what it does. It's good at science, math, and business. Building buildings, architecture, stuff like that. The sad part is it really sucks at turning a woman on In fact, it actually turns a woman off. It sucks at dating. It sucks at relationships. It sucks at gaining rapport with people, with women, okay? That is the wrong brain to use. And unfortunately, that's the brain the modern male uses, because the modern male has been trained, conditioned, and is now stuck in his left brain. So what I'm doing is I'm getting you to understand and open up to the right brain, because once you do that, it literally triggers her mating system. Okay, I'm going to give you a very simple technique, and then I'm going to teach you something about definitions of words. Now, this is really important, because a lot of you guys will go batshit crazy, because, oh, women are nuts, they don't make any sense. Now, there's a way to make sense out of it. This is just one piece. I'm going to give you two different pieces. The second one's going to be definitions and how to understand them. So essentially it's a two-in-one teaching, because the first basically helps you find the second and vice versa. Alright, here we go. So the left brain says A, and that's it. That's it. I'm going to the store. That's it. You're done. But here's the problem. The right brain is always looking for a deeper meaning, and this is where men really miss out. This technique is so damn simple. And here's the thing. It's not a technique like a pickup line or an artist pickup art. It's like when you go to Berkeley and you study linguistics, you go, oh, so you're telling me the right brain processes information and needs information fed to it in a different way. Yeah, and that's all it is. It's like learning how to speak Spanish and going to Mexico, and all of a sudden people can understand you. You're not manipulating them. You're not tricking them. In fact, what you're doing is you're adding clarity to communication. Now here's the thing that men don't understand. Women don't understand men for shit. Women learn to smile and nod and and in the back of their head they're going, I have no idea what the hell this guy's saying. So even though it's not a pickup line or some kind of manipulation tactic, it actually turns women on. It opens them up to you, and they start finding interest in you, and they want. Well, here's what's going to happen. They're going to suddenly look at you. Their pupils going to dilate, and they're going to it's like they're going to, for the first time, you're going to be like, wait, she's really listening to what I'm saying. Because I'm telling you, most of the time, 90% of the time, women are basically in the back of their head thinking about the laundry, what I got to do for dinner, got to get my hair cut, I got to schedule an appointment. While you're talking, they're kind of like blurring you out. When you do these techniques, she will tune in. In fact, this is just kind of a gimme. It's one of the things I do when I want to meet women. I use it because it really makes women want to talk to you. And this is going to clear up a lot of headaches in long-term relationships. Now here's the deal. You can take this into business. You can take this into sales. I promise you, if you don't know how to do this, your sales are going to suck. Here we go. So here's the deal. The left brain says A. That's it. There's nothing more. There's nothing deeper. The right brain says A, but it means something deeper, B. Wait, what did I just say? I'm going to write it up here. Means. So the right brain is always looking for a deeper meaning. It is always asking one of two questions. What does that mean? Or what is a deeper meaning of that? Another way you could say it is, what does that really mean? And men, they don't do this at all. And this is why men and women, we are on two different levels of communication, literally. I'm telling you, once you understand some basic concepts of the female mating system and the right brain processing communication, you're going to be blown away at how easy it is to attract women to you. I'm telling you, it is not hard. Here's all I do. I'll walk up to women, they talk. I'm like, So when you say this, blah, 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 what does that mean to you? Write that down, guys. Now here's another one you can throw at women. What is the deeper meaning of what you're saying? Or what's the deeper meaning? Okay? So the right brain is always looking for meaning. If you give it meaning, it click, and all of a sudden it is understanding you. Now here's the deal. Remember, her mating system is connected to the right brain's communication center. When you start doing these right brain communication patterns, all of a sudden her mating system gets triggered. That literally means in a natural, normal, healthy way, without doing some tricky line or open or some manipulation tactic, you're turning her on sexually, naturally, and she's going to want to have sex with you. But Mike, I do not understand. That does not turn me on. Because you're not a woman. Your mating system doesn't connect to your right brain's communication center. Right brain's communication center. If you start speaking in the right brain way in those processes, it literally, it's like turning on a machine. It's like turning on a computer. It starts to process. Her body begins to feel a warmth with you, towards you. It connects that warmth with you. You have to understand that her mating system is designed for one thing. If she can find a man that speaks in the right brain language, that is the man that you fall in love with. That is the man that you mate with, because that's the guy that's going to get ahead in life, because now he's using the right brain, the social brain. This is where you gain social power and move ahead in the corporate world, move ahead in life. If you don't know how to do this, you will not move ahead. You will be stuck for life. Now here's the deal. I use this in sales all the time, because a lot of times clients won't understand me, or they'll say something I won't understand them, and that's when women get turned off, when there's this lack of understanding. This is why clarity and understanding makes sense, guys, because her mating system's like, well, if this guy can't create clarity and communication where people can understand him, how's he going to make sales? How is he going to get ahead in life? How is he going to be good at business? How is he going to be good at anything? And yes, this works great with men too. Men are just oblivious to it, whereas women are conscious of it. So I'm on the phone with a client and I'm like, wait, what are you saying? Okay, so you said this. And they're like, uh-huh. So what does this mean to you? Now, what did I say? What does this mean to you? Because then you're going to hear what it means to them, and then you'll understand them. Because here's what happens. This is the second part about definitions, part 2. You may not realize this, but different people have different definitions for the same exact word. Yeah, let's think about that. By the way, this year is going to be an awesome year. I can feel it. Basically, what you do is you add up the numbers. 5 plus 2 plus 2 equals 9. 2 plus 2 equals 4 plus 6 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. So the number 1 is year of beginnings. 9 is the end of 1 through 10. Because 10 is just another beginning of 1. That's actually mathematical. We learned that in science, if you remember that. Or not science, we learned that in math class. Now let's go back to definitions. This is a really simple concept. Okay. You can have a word, and in your mind, you're like, well, this is what I learned in class or read in the dictionary. This is the definition of this word. But if you look at words, they have multiple definitions depending on the context that they're used in. Now, here's a technique that you can use. It's very similar to what we just did. You could say, okay, so when you say this word, what does this word mean to you in this context? You don't even have to say the context part. You can literally just say, okay, so when you say this word in this sentence, what does that word mean to you? Then they're going to tell you, and that's what you have to listen to, because you can argue, no, that doesn't mean that. This word means this. Words have multiple meanings, guys. When someone's talking to you, you have to listen to understand what does this mean to them, because otherwise I'm just going to cuss. You're going to fuck up the communication. It has nothing to do with what it means to you. You are not the Queen of England. It is not 0 BC. You do not get to choose the definitions of words. Words have different meanings in different countries, in different states, in different cities, in different parts of the city. For example, here's a word we've all heard before. Bad. Oh, and as a reminder, you're not God either. You don't get to make the definitions of words. But what you can do is listen to understand what does this word or what do these words mean to you, and boom, now you have clarity, and now you have communication. Without clarity, you don't have communication. You have anger, frustration, and blame. Bad. So back in the 70s, my brother Charlie and my brother Shane went to Hawaii with my daddy, opened up a restaurant out there while the rest of us went to Wisconsin, freezing cold. After about, I think it was 2 years approximately, maybe 3, I don't remember exactly how many years, they both came back from Hawaii. Well, they had these different shoes, and they had these skis and surfboards, and we're like, well, what the fuck is all this shit? It's like, wow, this is cool. So I had been saving up money for 3 months. I had 4 paper outs because I wanted to buy these new blue Converse, right? Tennis shoes. It was suede blue. The first day I put them on, and now you gotta remember, I saved my butt up and I worked my ass off, and I'm so happy I got them. My brother Charlie walks into the kitchen. It was like a first or second day there. He looks down at my shoes. He goes, "Oh, Michael, those shoes are bad." And I go, "What do you mean?" Now, I was about 9 or 10 years old, or maybe 11. I don't even think I was 11, actually. I was probably 9 years old. I go, "What do you mean they're bad? What's wrong with them?" And I'm looking at them thinking, like, are they dirty? Did they get cut? Like, what's going on? He goes, "No, man, they're bad." And I'm like, "What's wrong? Why are they bad?" And I'm like freaking starting to cry. My other brother, Gary, who was a year and a half older than me, goes, No, he means they're good." And I'm like, "What? What do you mean good?" He goes, "Yeah, Michael." And my other older brother goes, "They're bad." I'm like, "Why are they bad?" And my old brother goes, No, he's trying to say they're good. He goes, "Bad means good." And I looked at him. I looked at my older brother like, "Oh, you guys are a bunch of idiots." And I just walked out of the room. Now, here's the deal. I was the dumb one in that scenario, but then again, I was 9 years old, and I didn't know that on the West Coast, the word bad was starting to mean good. Like that. In other words, that's awesome. Those are really cool shoes. So that's the thing. You have to understand what is their definition. It's not your definition. When someone else is communicating, you have to listen to what they're saying, not what when I would say that, this is what that word means to me. And that's what everyone does. And that's why everyone gets angry, frustrated, and pissed off at each other. And this is why men look at women, "Oh, you're crazy." And literally, a woman will say A, and then you're thinking it means B, and she says A, and you're thinking it means B, and at the very end of the conversation, "Wait a minute, you're not making any sense now, blah, blah, blah." And she goes, "I told you, blah, 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 blah." And you're like, "Yeah, that means B." And she's like, "No, it means A." You're like, "No, it doesn't fucking mean A, it means fucking B. Oh, women are fucking crazy." Ah. This simple technique of asking people, "What do you mean?" or "What does that mean when you say this? What does this word mean to you?" Okay, "What does this sentence mean? When you say A, what does that mean to you?" Listen to the definition, because here's the deal. Year of the horse, this is the year of the fire horse. It's bringing in a lot of fast, powerful, fiery energy. This will help clarify things and bring a smoothness to things and flow. If you're not in the flow, you're gonna crash and life is gonna suck. Now, here's a real life example. Alright, so I used to live in an apartment in the city. I used to live upstairs. We'd walk up the stairs, and I was upstairs, and my girlfriend, and I'm like, "Hey," she was, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm going literally across the street. Literally right across the street to this mini store, right? I'm going to get some ice cream." She goes, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Do you want anything?" She says, "No, I'm good." So I walk out the door. I go down the steps. I go across. You got to understand, this is a narrow street. It's not some wide street. It's a small little street. I go across there. I'm buying ice cream. There's nobody there. I am back in less than 5 minutes. Watch what happens. This is the right brain in action. Remember, the right brain is always, it cannot stop, it cannot help it. You will not change it. But there is an answer. Do you want to know what it is? I walk out the door. Now you got to understand, she has a left brain like you do. So her left brain goes, "Oh, he's going to the grocery store or the mini mart to get ice cream." Chick, chick, click, got it. No problem. The left brain is completely, totally satisfied. It thinks and processes just like you do. And it uses the same left brain linear external language. It understands. It gets it. But because women are left and right brained, here's what happens. She brings that information over to the right brain, and this is where shit starts to go haywire. Now, first of all, this is something I should have told you about 2 minutes ago. The left brain and the right brain give two completely different definitions and meanings to the same word. Bad means bad. No, Michael, it means good. What are you saying? You said A and A means A. And that's what the left brain will argue to death. No, you said this and this means that. And the right brain goes, no, it doesn't mean that. It means good. And I was a little kid going, what do you mean? What do you mean that means it's cool? It means it's really cool. That doesn't make any sense. And I just walked away because I thought they were a bunch of idiots. And I got my feelings hurt. So here's the deal. This is the thing that men don't understand. The left brain and right brain are two different processors. One is the logical processor, which gives a definition, we'll call it B, to the words. The right brain gives definition A. These are two different meanings and two different definitions. You have to understand that. If you are not asking, what does that really mean? You are screwed. Now here's the second piece of this. Here is the answer to the biggest dilemma that men go through when they're dealing with women. So her left brain heard me say, I'm going to the grocery store or mini mart and I'm going to get ice cream. Her left brain understands it and gets it, and it's on the same page, and click, got it, no problem. And then the information gets transferred over to the right brain. And this is where things go haywire. The right brain is always asking for, what does that mean? What does that really mean? What's a deeper meaning of this? She's always doing it. She can't help it. I was at a workshop teaching this to men and women years ago, and this young lady raised her hand. She goes, honestly, when you men go to the grocery store, I just don't understand how you just walk in, grab something, look at it, put it in your basket, and then go to the next item, and boom, you're done. She goes, when women walk in, we grab some fruit, let's say banana, we look at it, see if it's bruised, anything wrong, goes, what does that mean? That means it's healthy. Well, what does that mean? It's going to be nutritious. Well, what does that mean? It's probably going to taste good. Well, what does that mean? It's probably going to give me good energy. What does that mean? It's probably going to make me feel good. Well, what does that mean? That's good. I'm going to buy it. She goes, everything we buy, we have to go through this process of what does that mean? What does that mean? Men don't do that. We look at it, it's not bruised, throw it in the basket, we move on. Every woman I have talked to has said, yeah, this is the process we go through when we go shop for anything. And they also do it in every conversation. But it really is a good thing because it makes life meaningful, and you do find deeper meanings. And it makes you a much, much more powerful person. And this is where you can begin to become a much more powerful person when you're relating to people, when you're having business experiences, when you're communicating to people. All you have to do is listen. When you're talking to someone, just listen for the deeper meaning. Just look for it. And you'll start to see it. You'll start to find it. And on top of it, you can always ask them, what does that mean when you say this? Or what's a deeper meaning of that, etc., etc. If I didn't mention this, every woman, 100% of women I've talked to about this over 30 years, like, yeah, that's exactly what we do. We can't help it. Turns out it's a great thing. This will give you the edge over the other guys. Now, I go across the street, I come home, I walk up the stairs, I'm inside our apartment in less than 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes. Now she's pissed, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? What happened? Like, shit, I was only gone 5 minutes. What the fuck? She's looking at you, what did you do? And you're like, I went and got some ice cream, like I said. And you got the ice cream in your hand with the receipt, and you're like, what the fuck's going on? You go, oh shit, because you can tell shit's going to hit the fan. Out of nowhere, she burst out, are you fucking the cashier? And you're thinking, what? I was gone 5 minutes. You're like, I ran right back. You might have even sprinted across the street to get back home as fast as you could, right? And you're looking at her like, no, I'm not having sex with the cashier. We didn't have sex. What are you talking about? Here's what her brain goes through. And it's kind of your fault. Now you got to understand the right brain, the way it processes information, it paints a picture using words, descriptive words. Now that's another subject we're not going to get into right now, but you literally have to paint the picture for the right brain to understand. Otherwise it doesn't understand. So because you didn't, okay, I'm going to tell you what she's doing. So she goes, he's going to the store. Well, what does that mean? He's going to get ice cream. Well, what does that mean? Is he mad at me? Is he trying to get away from me? Does he want space? Did he get fired from his job and he doesn't know how to tell me? He's trying to delay the time to figure out how he's going to say it to me? Well, what does that mean? Are we going to lose our home? Are we going to lose our apartment? Well, what does that mean? Are we going to be home? Oh, Wait a minute. Sally's working there today. Sally's got big boobs. What does that mean? That means he probably likes Sally. Well, what does that mean? He's probably looking at her boobs right now. Well, what does that mean? Oh my God, he probably likes her. Oh, they're probably going to have sex. Oh, he already had sex. Oh my God. So by the time you get home, you've already slept with Sally, you've had sex with Sally, and you're ready to break up with her. And now she's freaking out. Now here's the deal. If you do not tell a woman what that means, write that down. Write it down. Write it down. If you don't tell her what that means is, her brain is going to go on a freaking hurricane tornado tour of what does that mean? Well, what does that mean? Well, what does that mean? And I promise you, I guarantee it. I'll guarantee, I'll give you $5. I guarantee you, she will always land on the absolute worst possibility. You're cheating on her. Now, here's why. Her right brain gets nothing. It's a nothing burger. She's like, well, what is he hiding? Now, watch this. Think of it a canvas. It's a blank white canvas that an artist is going to paint on. You didn't paint what that means on there. So she's got a blank, and this is why women think men are lying. So she's going, well, why won't he tell me? What's he hiding? What's really going on? So now she starts going through well, what does that mean? Well, what does that mean? It spins and spins and spins. It spins at 150 miles an hour, and she's out of control, and she always lands on the worst possibility, and it's all your fault, and you're screwed. And all you have to do is, now here's how simple it is. All you have to do is say, and what that means is blah, 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 blah. And then her right brain goes, oh, what it means is this. And boom, done. It stops. It doesn't go into that circular hurricanal psychotic spin cycle of 150 miles an hour and landing on the worst possibility. But if you don't give her right brain what that means is, you are screwed. And remember, it's all your fault. So here's the deal, guys. When you just give women surface level information, you say, hey, I'm going to the store to get ice cream. She literally thinks that you're hiding something because there's nothing on the right brain's canvas. So all you have to do is say, well, I'm going to this grocery store to get some ice cream. What that means is, watch this. This is going to blow your mind. This is how effing easy it is. I'm telling you, you're going to be like, no way. Here's the deal. Watch this. Before I get there, because just trust me. The left brain is thinking either or, right or wrong. Hey, Mike, what's the right thing to say? No, it's not the right thing to say. It's what's the right way to say it. That's the secret. Now, watch how ridiculous this is. It's not the right thing to say. I could have said anything. It's the way, the process that you say it. When you say it in the right process, her brain goes, oh, okay. And now she's satisfied. And it turns off in a good way. So you could literally say, honey, I'm going across the street to the mini mart to get some ice cream. Do you want anything? Or you could say, honey, I'm going across the street to the mini mart to get some ice cream. And what that means is, I'm going across the street to get some ice cream. Her left brain goes, oh, okay. And then the right brain takes that information of what that means is he's going across the street to get some ice cream. It goes, oh, okay, boom, boom, done. You've satisfied both left and right brain and gave her clarity for left and right. That's how you talk to a woman. If you do not give her right brain meaning or what that means is, you're screwed. Do you get what I mean? Now here's the process. I'm going to the store, and what that means is, that's it. It's that fucking easy. It's literally, the right brain absolutely needs this in order to process the information. If you don't do that, it can't understand you. It doesn't get any meaning, and it's pissed off because you didn't communicate to it. You just communicated to the left brain. Now what I'm about to say is going to sound kind of funny or ridiculous to the male brain, but it means a lot to a woman. When you only communicate to her left brain, her right brain feels like, well, I get it's like you're cheating on her. It's like, no, it's worse than that. It's like you're leaving her out. Like you're just like acting like she doesn't exist. You have to understand, humans are both left and right brain. When you ignore one side of them, that side of them gets hurt emotionally, especially when you're dealing with women. And here's the deal, the right brain is who she is. That's her heart, that's her soul. Women are born using their right brain. So if you don't talk to the right brain, she's like, oh, okay, well, screw you too. And then you're going to come home to a bunch of fireworks. She's going to be pissed. Do you want to learn a bunch of more interesting things like that? Buy my book, Cracked Female Code. It is loaded with things like this that you've never even heard of. I'm Mike Kollin, and this is Cracked Female Code. That's it, guys. Click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Buy my book, Cracked Female Code, at crackedfemalecode.com or mikekollin.com. See you soon.